Welcome to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. This is our review of Summerslam 2003. It's our retro reviews. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This guy to my right is the Blue Eyes of the Basement, Joe Venuta.
Thank you very much. Back in the basement again for good until April.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
For good until April.
I'm not sure if we'll be on location anywhere else in between that. I highly doubt that.
Yeah, it's not likely.
Maybe one day we'll do it outside though.
Yes.
On the mean streets of Lambert.
Yes. So you're just gonna tell him your street name?
No. Not my address.
You just told him your street name though, and we said we lived in South Philly before.
But you got a lot of Lambert to go for until you find this cute face.
Just go knocking on doors, you'll eventually find him.
Right. I'm all that. Summerslam 2000.
Just pull the Ric Flair.
Summerslam 2003. I'll get one for number 2. It is.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that one.
Okay. Summerslam 2003, August 24th, 2003, from the American West Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Attendance was 60,113. Commentators: Jim Ross, Lord, Michael Cole, and Taz. It's one of the biggest shows of the year, and I can't bring myself to get excited over it. The show really wasn't built up very well. We've only done a SmackDown World Title match with Kurt Angle defending against Brock Lesnar, all for much interest. The rest of the show feels very flat, especially the World Title match, which should have been Goldberg versus Triple H. Let's get to it. The United States Marine Corps color guard presents the flag, and Lillian Garcia sings the national anthem. As always, is an outstanding performance from her. The open video shows a beach, but the sun goes behind a cloud, and the shot shifts to the Elimination Chamber. The narration basically makes it sound like the Chamber's poison everyone's souls and turn them all evil, including Kane, who isn't even in the thing. I'll bet money that Jim Ross wrote that, though. Wrote that narrative. Sounds like the narrative for it sounds like something he would say.
Oh, yeah.
He probably figured something more dramatic when he gives the Chamber the human characteristics. We kick on with the World Tag Team titles. Forget the tag team titles. Dudley Boys versus La Resistance. La Resistance defended Bubba brings out the American flag. The Dudleys jumped him in the aisle, and the beatdown zone with Devon choking to prove the rope. An arm drag into an armbar, Field of Hatred. It doesn't go very well as Dupree takes Devon into the corner so the champs can take over. Devon's right back with shots to the head, allowing the tag go to a very loud Bubba. It might be annoying. Mike Owens go for a partner making noise and being active on the apron instead of just staying there like Bubba does. I mean, Bubba's making noise on the apron instead of the partner just standing there.
Yeah.
Grenade gets tied in true low so Bubba can stand between his legs for a loud scream. It's not quite table time, allowing Grenade to get a cheap shot so the champs can really take over. Dupree grabs a bear hug, which is quite odd visual on someone as big as Bubba. Bubba Bomb gets out of trouble though, and the not very hot tag brings in Devon for the house clean. Dupree gets slammed for 2, but the champs clear ring action. The double sidebuster was 2 on Devon. There was a crowd reaction, and all it took was kicking out the champs finisher. Bubba comes back in for the loss up on Grenade. 3D connects. Grenade pulls the referee out, allowing cameraman to deck Devon with his camera, giving Dupree the win. And the cameraman was the serviceman that protected it, that betrayed America on the Go Home show, which ended up being Rock On.
Yeah, it's something that this opening match you could probably see on an episode of Raw at the time. Wasn't necessarily special. I didn't really feel anything towards this match, to be honest.
Yeah, the match is okay, but not exactly the hottest switch in the world for opener. Having the Americans lose to the evil Frenchman doesn't quite get itself on the right foot. And now we're likely to see a rematch between these teams as this feud shows the power of America continues. La Resistance is fine to hold the titles, but they need something more than we are French and therefore evil.
I gave it a D.
A C-. Post-match, Spike Dudley comes in and gets beat down as well. So after the big American military opening and then carrying the flag, the Dudleys lose to the Heatless Champions again. The Dudleys will get the titles back a month later, but instead we need to see them lose here. Of course, we also need this match. Instead of the World's Greatest Tag Team, Rey Mysterio, John Cena, or Chris on the show.
Yeah.
Just to leave off some names that were on the show. Coach tried to just told the Dudleys but makes the mistake of praise levels as a success. Bubby declares that people who hate America suck and promises to get the belts back. Christian asks Eric Bischoff why he's on the show, but Eric blames Steve Austin. Since he can't wrestle, he offers to be Bischoff's backup tonight. Bischoff isn't playing on, promises to the world what happened with Linda on Monday. We recap A-Train running Stephanie McMahon over last month. And closer, not even if a car just run her over. With his body.
Yeah, he just sort of like pounced her.
Yeah, and closer to her match against Sable. This turned into A-Train versus Undertaker, and WWE actually successfully that this isn't going to turn to Sable versus Stephanie here again. A-Train versus Undertaker. Sable's with A-Train in a rather nice outfit. Sable, not A-Train. Undertaker's bad ribs.
A-Train's outfit was kind of nice.
No, I mean it was. It's not a Sable. Undertaker's bad ribs, so he dodges a bit to start instead of going in full steam. Ahead, instead of setting the ropes, A-Train tries a headlock. Allow Undertaker and Demon ropes to take over the run. DT gets 2 on A-Train. And Old School connects early on. A shot to the ropes finally comes Undertaker off. Thanks for finally getting an idea, A-Train. And some forearms to the ropes are good for 2. A-Train stays on the ropes with a vertical suplex, followed by a headbutt. Cole tells us A-Train's headbutt is like being hit in the head with a tape player. Nobody will question that, but Cole's the kind of idiot. Cole, not Colt. Don't know who Cole is. Cole is the kind of idiot that will do that for fun. Undertaker manages Snake Eyes and double clothesline puts both guys down for a quick rest. And a slug goes to Undertaker, well duh. And a big leg drop gets 2. For some reason, Undertaker tries to lace right about a shove. Does a rest bump. The derailer, of course, gets delayed too, and the referee just bumped again. That is way, way too powerful or booking troop these days. The ref bump.
Yeah. A-Train
hits the bicycle kick to take Undertaker down. Look, gets a chair kick in his face for 2. The choke slam gives Undertaker the pin.
Yeah, I don't think this match was all that great either. It was just a slow-paced match, and A-Train and Taker just... I don't think they ever just had just the chance or opportunity to get in the next gear. I think the match just kind of drug for a while. And also, it was pretty much a setup for Sable and Stephanie's feud. That's about ready to happen.
Yeah, matches against power guys like this can be Undertaker's bread and butter, but there's only so much you can do to make A-Train interesting. The match wasn't terrible, and they kept it slow enough, but Undertaker stands up for Stephanie thing is about as forced as you can get. And there's only so much you can do as a surrogate for Vince versus Stephanie, especially when the best villain available from spot is A-Train.
I give it a D-.
D. Post-match, Undertaker loads up the last rhyme, but Sable comes in and rubs his chest. Undertaker grabs her by the throat, and Stephanie's back, and we can live happy lives again.
Yeah.
Stephanie gets to do some cat fighting until A-Train pulls Sable out. I guess this is what passes for a big moment around here.
Yeah.
Some fans in the front row think Goldberg's going to win a chamber. So, thanks for that. Why we didn't real fans in the front row. We recap Shane McMahon versus Eric Bischoff, which starts off looking like a lot like Shane versus Kane. Bischoff then decided he hated Shane for stealing WCW from him back in 2001. I'm not sure what that was a story, but okay. Because that was the sort of people were thinking about. Eric went after Shane, and couldn't have Kane tack him close to the match against Eric. Then Eric went to Connecticut and they forced himself to win to McMahon. It came out of almost nowhere, and it was more of a complicated way to get to Kane versus Shane. It's more of you figure you could just twist McMahon into the story and everything will be fine. Which doesn't work as well when you do in 2 straight matches. Shane McMahon versus Eric Bischoff. Before the match, Bischoff addresses what happened with Linda, saying it happened then and again and again. Now he knows where Shane gets all of his energy. So here's Shane in a complete non-hurry, actually. Shane pounds him in the corner with reckless abandon. Or is it still ruthless aggression?
Could be both.
Followed by some forearms to the ear. Cold cross faces by JR. Eric can't make up the aisle as Christian might become looking like a good idea right about now. A baseball slide sends Eric in the barricade as this has been one side so far. Shane's dances and punches take Bischoff down again, but the coachable people come in to cheer Shane down. let me make sure I got this straight. Bishop Coast was a better option than the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
I think they want to protect Christian from having to get beat up by Shane. But that makes no sense from Bishop's perspective. Eric says he's restarting the match as full count with no disqualifications. So Coach sends Shane to the section 2. They head inside where Bishop tells the production staff to call JR and King's microphone so Coach can do live commentary in the ring. Bishop first kicks the Coach, does the traditional job of mocking JR. Shane finally gets in, kick his own score to DT and have Coach hit him low. That's enough to make the glass shatters. Everyone knew was coming. Coach does the I'm not touching anything until Shane shoves him into Austin. The beatdown can be on. The dispatch doesn't take long. Austin orders JR King's mics to return on again. Austin's about to leave, but Shane grabs Bishop's hand and slaps Austin and jaw. Starter is perfectly acceptable. Shane pulls him up at 2 though as the big elbow drives Bishop for the announce table for the pin.
Yeah, I don't think this match was good, and it was a huge waste of time. Like Joe alluded to, the getting to this feud was incredibly muddled, and it was pretty much a leaping pad for Shane to go for Kane, with Kane not being involved in any way, shape, or form in this match. Most likely because Kane had to take care of unfinished business with RVD later in the night. But still, it was a pretty muddled way to get there, and the best part is Stone Cold coming in and wrecking house. However, the house at that point was Coach.
What did this accomplish? And there's no reason this could have been at the end of Monday Night Raw, as the big deal was Coach turning heel. Use this valuable pay-per-view time, some of the biggest pay-per-view time of the year, mind you, on the people who matter, not for the sake of making Kane look good, because he never gets to do that otherwise. This was really annoying, especially when considering everything that was left off the show. Once again, World's Greatest Tag Team, Mysterio, John Cena, Christian. So this could get a lot of time.
I give it an F.
Beers consume post-match because this hasn't enough time yet. Triple H referred your road series to Randy Orton, telling him that he needs to focus on keeping the title on Triple H, and nothing more. And then Orton, this is what I got. It'll be a year later until Evolution turns on.
Yes.
But they started to teach here. U.S. title. Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit versus Tajiri versus Rhino. Eddie's defending on the Tornado rules and one fall to the finish. Tony Tribbles tell us that this is a 4-way for U.S. title before telling us that this is the 4-way for the U.S. title. It's a brawl in the start of Eddie set on the floor, which might not be the smartest move in the world here. With the Tajiri set outside, Benoit snaps the crossface on the Rhino. Draw Eddie in for a save. Rhino clotheslines to Tajiri for 2, and Eddie's there for the save again. Eddie gets triple team of Rhino shifts over to Benoit for some reason. Now Power Slam gets Rhino 2 on Eddie as it's still all over the place, albeit not the fastest pace. Rhino and Benoit stand outside, leading to Tajiri and Monkey Flip Eddie for 2. All 4 back in with Rhino Superplex Eddie for 2 with Tajiri making a save. Tajiri gets the same by kicking Benoit in the head, but the champ makes the save this time. The head just puts Rhino 4, and Eddie's rope walk, Karen Corral gets 2 on Benoit. Tajiri comes back in and gets caught in the lasso from El Paso, but Benoit quickly follows with a crossface all on Rhino. Eddie's is short to do, but Tajiri makes the ropes, making his decision much easier. That earns Eddie crossface of his own until Rhino and Tajiri break up. Rhino busts up Tajiri's spine for 2 as Benoit is rolling some German suplexes to make Tajiri feel even worse. Tajiri matches the game of his own down, bridges back for a close 2, leaving everyone down once, back up, and Tajiri gets Benoit and the Tarantula, leaving Rhino gore Eddie. The problem is Eddie had a U.S. title in his hands to bust up Rhino's shoulder, leaving him down in pain. Benoit swine behind goes 2 as Tajiri dives in for a save. Always a boat and full outside. Eddie sees him a frog splash to pin Rhino and retain the title.
I did like this match, but to me it's more like a really great TV match. Not something necessarily that would be excellent for pay-per-view, but just a quick match that you can get away, and it's usually remembered for about a week or 2 before everyone sort of kind of goes past it. It was a good match. I thought all 4 guys did very well on it. I think it was kind of hard for Eddie to have a bad match at this point.
Right, yeah.
But still, it's something that you could easily see on a SmackDown.
I would say this is the second best match of that night by far.
Yes, it was.
This was a good match that was trying too hard to be great, I think. There were a few too many dead spots in there, though, and they never had higher gear that they were capable of. But at least they did well with what they did. A's still in the pain of cheating with the belt makes perfect sense for him. And it's our idea to keep the title on him with the role he's currently on at this point.
I gave it big.
Be nice. We look at Brock Lesnar destroying Zach Gallen, who'll be out for a good while as a result. Earlier tonight, Heat, Matt Hardy accepted a forfeit win over Gallen. We recap Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle. Brock beats Angle for a title at WrestleMania, and Angle went on the shelf. While he was out, Angle and Lesnar became friends, which led them to Vengeance, where Angle won the title back in Triple Threat. A few weeks later, Lesnar turned on Angle, joined forces with Vince in the name of being the real Brock Lesnar. Brock attacked Angle in a cage and left him laying, which has only taken Angle off, come in for a title match. SmackDown World title, Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar. Brock is challenging, and we actually get an old school rules explanation from the referee. They had the match to start with Angle getting the better of it, not exactly shocking. And frustrating Lesnar early on. Another takedown looks to sub the ankle out, but Kurt goes to a headlock that Brock can break far more easily. I'll think in there by Angle. Back up on Brock shoves him away without too much effort. So Angle arm drags Lesnar outside, frustrating Brock all over again. Kurt follows him outside, starts on Brock's knee before sending him into the barricade. Back in, the first suplex gets two on Brock, who responds by gorilla pressing him out to the floor in a big crash. And it was a great visual too, with Angle just falling to the floor.
Yeah.
Now as Brock started his suplex, he's starting to look all dominant until the world backbreaker is still Kurt, and we hit the rear naked choke before that meant much to a lot of fans. The rear naked choke. It's off to regular bicycles set, followed by chinlock. Where's Angle fights up, enter Brock, let's go to two better holes. This time he cut down by hard needed ribs. A hard close on jumps Angle again, and the move that will become known as shell shock. Complete with walking around the ring. Gives Brock two. Some shoulders in the corner, some Angle's ribs, so Kurt was in the face. You don't do that to Lesnar though. So Angle gets more shoulders ribs for his effort. Brock's big run charge goes into post on Kurt's front shoulder block, staggers Lesnar. Dropping to the knees, Brock more trouble. It's time to roll German suplexes. With Lesnar holding his shoulder, Wolfish one. Yes, Lesnar's selling. The Angle slam doesn't work, and Brock goes back to the rest of the spine buster. Since one finisher's countered, all has as well. So Kurt reverses that F5 into a good-looking DDT for two of his own. Now the Angle slam is good for two. Angle's even more fired up. And one of my favorite Angle spots, he pulls the straps back up so he can take him down all over again. I don't know why. That's always one of my favorite spots for him. The ankle lock.
Just so you know, he needs extra business.
Right. The ankle lock goes on. But Brock rolls forward, sending an Angle into the referee. Kurt charges him for what looks like sunset flip, but stops halfway. Grabbing his legs around Brock's neck and arm. Almost in an upside-down triangle choke. Since that's not the easiest hold to maintain, Angle switches over to ankle lock for a tap, but there's no referee. Cue Vince to cheer Angle in the back, some F5 for a delay too. Another F5 is reversed into ankle lock to put Brock in real trouble. He grabs all four bottom rows, but the hole isn't broken for absolutely no apparent reason. Me and Brock cuts a tap to retain Angle's title.
I thought this was a really good match. Kind of hard in that series to pick your favorite out of Brock and Angle. And this one gives great competition to their entire feud. I just loved how they work together, essentially.
And looks like we're getting that again.
Yes.
I'm thinking in real life. That's what it seems like we're going for towards WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Well, it does.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know if I would do it now, but...
Yeah, with Angle's...
Russian accent.
Older state and...
yeah. But that's
after a long career of broken freaking neck.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the best way to go with Angle's in ring return, but... it's not quite the WrestleMania match from earlier in the year, but Angle getting his win back makes sense in theory. They've been building Lesnar as an ensemble monster for the last 2 weeks, so it won't make sense to have him win here with Vince's help before losing a rematch down the line. That being said, final Angle retaining here as it makes sense from the long term. In other words, this one depends on how you look at it, but it's a rather match either way.
I gave it an A-.
B+. Match of the night.
Oh yes, match of the night.
Vince gets Angle slam through cheer to wish him a happy birthday. Yes, this is Vince's birthday.
Yes.
We retire Kane versus Van Dam. Kane lost his mask, and despite Van Dam trying to calm him down, saying that he didn't need a mask, Kane went crazy and started destroying everything in his path. This includes beat up Van Dam, Shane McMahon, and Linda McMahon. And send Jim Ross on fire.
Ah! That's how Jim Ross yelled. Go back Stop this video, pause it, pull up another tab, go back and watch that.
Yes.
That's how JR sells it.
I'll let you watch on your mobile device and you can't have two videos on one, so.
Okay. Well, go search for that video.
And then come back to us.
Yes.
That's way more.
You can go into your history. It's on the library side.
Right. Or, yeah, you could come back to us because we're not as entertaining side.
Yes.
This CC style Kane versus Shane. But first, Van Dam gets his shot tonight. At least in this match, at least that makes sense. Why they're going to be Kane first. We don't know why Bischoff was Shane. No holds barred, which is at right before the match. JR refers to Kane as the byproduct of an inbred mongrel dog. As I so often wonder, of both JR and Jim Cornette, where did they come up with this stuff? Van Dam tries to start, but gets clothesline down in short order. Hey, outside Kane sent him in the barricade, but charged into a boot. Allowed Rob to follow with a dumping kick to the face. Van Dam gets posted outside for the ladder. Rob is smart enough to kick into his face, followed by a top rope kick to the chest. Crossbody puts them both on the floor, and of course Kane takes her again. The announcers talk about what Kane did to Linda, which is both a good and bad day. It's good that it shows you what Kane's capable of and how evil he is. But also shows you how important this match is because it's all about Shane versus Kane down the line. Back in, and a mug kick to Kane's face. Knocking him in the corner. There's certainly power in here. As JR deems Kane smelly.
What an insult.
Kane shoves Rob off the top and down to the barricade. And then as the violence starts to go the monster's way again. The ladder to the face drops Rob again. It's time for some simple choking. Then for the referee doesn't break up because that comes off as bar in a hole. Which might get lawyer Rob with his life at this point. What a complicated storyline was. Rob gets kicked outside. Again, this time Kane falls and goes to the top, only to dive into the barricade by mistake. That'll be on replay now, as Kane seemed to slip, leaving him without enough distance to send him headfirst into the barricade. Now as Rob getting in the ladder spot with Kane, of course, shrugs off. A DT on the floor knocks Rob silly, but is able to drop toe Kane into the steps. Does spin kick from the apron, drops Kane again, followed by rolling thunder under the chair. Kane sits up, so Rob drops, kicks the chair in his face with good measure. The Van Terminator misses that, and Tombstone to the steps is enough to end Rob.
To me, the match was okay. It's pretty, again, I said the same thing about Shane and Bischoff, but this one was a much better match. It's pretty much a leaping pad for Kane to go somewhere else. It's a placeholder. They probably did a better idea of adding a no holds barred gimmick to it right before the match. But it just couldn't get it going for me. It was okay. There were some wicked looking spots, but all in all, it just never reached another level for me.
There's a nice brawl here, but I could shake the feel that didn't mean anything. You sort of already told us coming. Rob was trying her now, and made the match fun, especially with the sort of wrestle gun to Van Dam and the hardcore stuff going to Kane. But we're Hammer Kane versus Shane, and everyone knows it.
I gave it a C.
Be nice. Bishop was banged up and doesn't want to talk about his loss. But Linda McMahon comes in. Eric starts stammering and gets slapped in the face as the billionaire gets revenge. I can totally relate.
Yeah.
For this Triple H and Final Pep Talk, the Chamber is lowered. Long recap on the main event, which also features a look at the Chamber. Triple H is scheduled to defend against Goldberg one-on-one, but a torn droid necessitates a multi-person match because heaven forbid Triple H at the time takes a spear and jackhammer and loses a short match with no excuse. With excuse that he wasn't ready or was wrestling hurt, or any other idea that they had. Somehow, we get Kevin Nash in the main event though. Because that's what the world was waiting for. There have been some personal issues after the match announcement, but it still feels a little thrown together. Next part will be the Chamber review and the overall review. See you then.